7th sign Sigma Empath is a secret superpower. One of the most unique personality types to exist in the general population is the Sigma Empath. While they share many of the same traits as traditional empaths, they show these traits in completely different ways. Empaths are people who have a particularly potent ability to sense other people's feelings and moods. In her book, The Empath Survival Guide Life Strategies for Sensitive People, researchers and author Dr. Judith Orloff suggested that empath sensitivity is caused by a lack of the same emotional filters that most people use to prevent themselves from being affected by their surroundings. She described them as being highly sensitive and describing them as emotional sponges. Sigma empaths, on the other hand, are very sensitive to other people's emotional states, but they also have a sense of inner stability and self-assurance that help them avoid letting those emotions overwhelming them. The unique person aspect of the Sigma empath personality frequently leave those around them perplexed as they try to understand how they function. These contradictions also make the Sigma empath a potent force to be reckoned with in society. So it's important to know how to spot them. The Sigma empath's groundedness provides the perfect counterbalance to the narcissistic personality type, who is excellent at spotting empaths and taking advantage of their sensitivity. Though mysterious, it is possible to recognize a Sigma empath by some trustworthy telltale indicators. Find out if you or someone you know is a Sigma empath, the rarest of all personality types, by listening to number 1 of today's episode of A Broken Box as we go over the top 7 symptoms of being one. Number 1. You are incredibly independent. One of the simplest ways to recognize a Sigma empath is by their independence, which is a defining trait of the Sigma personality type. Sigma empaths will use all of their resources to resist being ordered around and will place maintaining their freedom and independence as their top priority. Sigmas are independent thinkers who march to the beat of their own drum. Number 2. You can detect microaggressions with ease. Sigma empaths are highly perceptive people who spend a lot of time peacefully observing other people. Over time, this observation combined with their empathic nature make them expert at spotting microaggressions in other people's behavior. Passive aggression never works on a Sigma empath because they can see right through it. As a result of their capacity to fend off the intimidation and passive aggression used by narcissists and manipulators, the Sigma empath is particularly effective in dealing with these individuals. Number 3. You secure your own space. A healthy feeling of personal space is essential for Sigma empaths since they have a strong need for frequent alone time. Sigma empaths will take great care to defend their personal space and will typically take whatever necessary measures to do so. In order to feel safe and to set aside the time they require alone, Sigma empaths like to set clear boundaries for others around them regarding where and when they require their personal space to be respected. Number 4. You place a high value on your alone time. Since Sigmas are social outcasts by nature, it goes without saying that they prefer solitude. However, they do benefit somewhat from socializing. Sigmas need to set aside enough time for themselves to engage in the deeper thinking for what they are so famous. This search for solitude is only increased by a Sigma empath's empathic nature. Empaths experience a lot of emotion as a result of the people around them, which can be emotionally tiring. Before returning to social settings, Sigma empaths frequently discover that they need to spend some time alone in order to recover and store their emotional energy. Number 5. Your sense of morality is unique but powerful. The Sigma empath is not born to follow social norms, so they frequently create their own distinctive set of moral codes by which to live. Sometimes the fact that the Sigma lives by their own moral standards cause suspicion from those around them. as others struggle to understand the exact moral motivation of the Sigma. But to the Sigma themselves, the moral code is abundantly clear. They have deeply considered and developed a sense of morality that they themselves feel. Number 6. You are aware of your weaknesses. Sigma empaths are not recognized for being people pleaser or being readily persuaded. In contrast to typically empaths, the Sigma personality type naturally tend to reflect deeply and engage in self-analysis. As a result, they wind up coming to know themselves on a very deep and honest level and fully understanding their authentic inner selves. In addition to being hyper-conscious of their abilities, skills, and beliefs, Sigma empaths are also acutely aware of their defects. Rather than avoiding these weaknesses, however, they embrace them and set about improving them. Number 7. You treat everyone equally. Sigma empaths are best known for being non-judgmental of others because they choose to reject social hierarchy and live on their own terms. By doing so, they are free from the need to seek the approval of those they perceive to be superior or to look down upon those they perceive to be inferior. Instead, they are able to view everyone as an equal and form their judgments of people on an individual and unprejudiced basis.